All right, Oval fans. Now, one of the most talked about situations in regards to the last episode, aside from, hey, what happened to Greg? Was he murdered? Did he kill himself? What's going on? Why was he dead by the time Priscilla got to his apartment? Now, what I want to talk about in this video is something I actually made a lengthy post on social media about this, not only on the community tab of the channel, but also in the, the Oval Facebook group. And that's because I was getting so many comments on the episode review. So many people were messaging me. It's like, wait a minute, something's going on. That's not Gene. I mean, they say it's Gene, but it doesn't look like Gene. So that's what this video is going to be about. Gene's quote-unquote light-skinned body double counterpart, whatever you want to call it. But before going further in the video, make sure you give this one a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification icon and select all. That way you don't miss out whenever I post new content on the channel. And follow me on social media. Links are in the description below. Yeah, it doesn't really bother me. I know you're probably wondering, Jeremy, it's like you're like the king of continuity in terms of making sure things add up. You know, like on Oval and Ruthless, how like Tally's still alive, or in the Haves and the Have-Nots when little Jimmy grew up like 20 years older and he's supposed to be like 6 years old, or you know, and there are just so many examples. There's no need to go through every single one of them. Even though I think another recent one is, why was Sabrina expecting a phone call from Calvin after she deleted his number and blocked him while they were standing together in the bank? I don't know. But in this situation, I mentioned this last year when they were, what was it? Sisters was first, the Oval was second. Yeah, back when Camp Quarantine on Tyler Perry Studios had just opened up. You know, basically when he was filming one show at a time, where that's pretty uncommon for Tyler because, you know, he's usually doing like 2 to 5 different projects at once. But I remember when cast members were posting, hey, we're back, we're doing season 2, we can't wait to get this ready for you. And at the time, you know, we were still reeling from the, oh my God, is Jean dead? You know, like, is she alive? You know, will she regain consciousness or whatnot? And during the time of filming, Ashley Monique Harper was nowhere to be seen, aka Jean, the actress that plays Jean. And I'm thinking one of two things. Now, and I did videos about this way back. Go to my old playlist where this video can be found, and I'll go through all the details as to if she's alive, if she's dead. If she's alive, it could just be clever social media camouflage where all the other cast members are seen, but they're not showing Ashley no matter what. Like, I bet Tyler could have been like, hey guys, like, you know, you could post on social media, you just know what not to post, like scripts and true behind the scenes stuff. But like, if you're getting in wardrobe or whatnot, or if you're in your housing, sure. But in this case, don't put Ashley in anything, because during season 1 filming, oh yeah, there was a lot of Ashley. So I said, either she is there hiding in plain sight, so to speak, so we don't know that she's alive, or the alternative is the one I said that would make the most sense, given the fact that this was when the pandemic was still, you know, really a big deal. And I said what they might do is, if Jean's purpose was none other than to just be a dead body in season 2, assuming she really was dead, I didn't imagine Tyler risking Ashley's health, nor did I suspect him putting that much money into one person, you know, because these COVID tests weren't cheap. I forgot the exact amount, but I know that it was millions of dollars spent in order to maintain, you know, the actors to be on set for about, what was it, like a month or so? I know they got tested, and if they tested negative, you know, they got to go. Basically, it's like, hey, if you didn't test for COVID in terms of you not having it, then come on down to Tyler Perry Studios. We'll get you set up in the housing, so you'll be in quarantine. Then when it's time to film, we'll get that done, and we'll have you out of here in a few weeks. So based on the money and the upkeep of everything, I don't think Tyler would have risked Ashley coming down just for like a couple of scenes and then send her back on her way. I don't think that's how it went. I'm like, you know what? If there is Jean's body, let's say we see underneath the bed, or, you know, in the morgue or something like that, we'll see somebody of a similar build to Ashley. Or hell, we might even just see a mannequin where, you know, we won't see the face, but we'll see the body underneath the bed, you know, just to kind of cover things up. And it turns out that when season 2 started, and we had Victoria, then we had Hunter looking underneath the bed. I'm like, oh, so they're not going to show us the body. And then when the body was in the trunk, it's like, okay, well, it's in the trunk, it doesn't matter. But then we finally see the body placed in Greg's bed in his apartment, and people are going, this is Tyler Perry, this is so dumb, it doesn't make sense. I honestly don't care. I really don't, because regardless, Jean's dead. Even if it was a darker complexion actor who fit more the same look of Jean, it wouldn't bring her back. And also, I did look at IMDb and the post-credit scenes, the credits of the episode. I did not see the name of the actress portraying Jean in the episode, so I guess this is like a non-credited role. But yeah, guys, I honestly, it's like I posted, it doesn't make much of a difference to me. Just because, like I said, it probably had to do with pandemic circumstances. I know the argument could be made is like, are you serious, Jeremy? Are you telling me Tyler didn't have any actress on set who looked a little bit more like Jean? That argument could be made, but like I said, I really don't care. It's neither here nor there with me, that is. But at least the hair looked correct. I ain't gonna lie. When Greg first got into the room, I'm like, oh Lord. He was cheating on Jean before she got killed. Ain't this a bit? Oh, that is Jean. Okay. Yeah, okay. But that's all I got for this video. I just only did the video because it was such a big deal and people are still asking me my thoughts on it. I do appreciate the fact that you think I would have been hurt. It's like, Jeremy, we finally seen Jean in season 2 and it's not your Jean. Yeah, that's how it is sometimes. All right, guys, but that's all I got for this particular video. I mean, there have been plenty of time. I think there have been plenty of moments in Tyler Perry content where you can tell the stunt double is a stunt double and not the actual person it's supposed to be. So I think one of the worst culprits, if you go back, it's actually on YouTube. Go to the own YouTube channel and just go to YouTube in general and type in like Jim fights Professor Cannon from the Haves and the Have-Nots. After Jim punched him to the ground and he started kicking him and they do a close-up by the tire of his car, you can clearly tell that is not the same actor. That's Professor Cannon, because his face is covered up by his arm, but at the same time, the hairstyle is completely different. It's not gray, it's freaking brown. So yeah, this is not the first time Tyler Perry has done an atrocious stunt double, body double in a show. It's just not that big of a deal to me. Is it noticeable? Yes. Does it take away from the story? Not really. Because at first glance, I didn't even recognize that as light skin. I'm like, oh, what if it was somebody who had some like makeup on to make him look kind of lighter or pale because, she's dead. But that's not the case. Not to mention, isn't the body supposed to be stinky? Whatever. All right, guys, that's all I have for this video. If you feel like donating to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you in the next video.